Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Motovlog. Today I'm going to be doing some DoorDash because it is 83 degrees outside. It's beautiful out here, great day to ride a motorcycle, and I'd like to get paid while riding a motorcycle around. So we're going to do some DoorDash, but first I've got to get some gas, and then we'll get started. I was rewatching the other videos I did on the bike, and I realized that they're kind of boring. Like I don't have a topic specifically that I'm talking about, so I'm kind of just ranting about nothing the whole time. Today I actually do have a topic. Today's topic is social media and why I deleted social media entirely and how I feel different about not having it at all. And I don't mean just not using it, but not having it, period. I deleted social media about a month ago now, and when I say deleted, I mean completely deleted. The only account that I didn't delete was my Facebook account, which I just deactivated so that I can keep my Messenger and keep in contact with friends of mine that are overseas. Beyond that though, my photography Instagram is deleted, my personal Instagram is deleted, my TikTok that had 250,000 followers is deleted. I mean, every single social media app that I have is deleted. The account's gone and the app is gone. Everything's completely gone. So there was a couple reasons why I decided to delete my social media apps, and the biggest one for me was the negativity on social media. That one was a really hard one for me to get past. And honestly, that's something that even if I didn't feed into this negativity online, I feel like just subconsciously I was seeing it, even if I wasn't feeding into it at all. And it was changing my mood in a negative way every single day. I mean, whether it was like some celebrity thing where it's like this celebrity did this thing, or this celebrity said this thing, or drama between people that I actually knew, or random influencer or creator drama. I mean, it's just like every time I opened up my phone, there was some sort of negative thing going on, and it was just not fun to deal with. On top of that, I actually stopped watching mainstream news a couple of years ago because I was sick of seeing the left blame the right and the right blame the left, and nobody actually give like news that wasn't biased really heavily in one way. So it was hard for me to really figure out what I thought was the truth, and it was hard to really distinguish between biased opinions and what's actually going on. So I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna watch CNN, I'm not gonna watch Fox News, I'm not gonna watch any of these really big news organizations because they're just giving me too much stuff that just seems really, really negative. Even though I wasn't actively watching news media, I was still consuming all the stuff that they were putting out because everybody on social media was either making videos about it or talking about the same topics. And it was like you could never get away from everything being evil and terrible. I mean, the right-wing media that I would see would say that, you know, the left is destroying everything and everything's terrible. If you go outside, everything just sucks and everything's terrible and depressing. And then the left would say the right-wing people are the reason that everything sucks and everything's depressing, and if you go outside, it's terrible and everything sucks. So it was just like a constant barrage of like negativity all the time. And really what I noticed too is that a lot of people that I followed, whether it was friends or people that were a little bit more popular, wouldn't really do research into anything at all. And what their version of research was not even reading an article. It was reading the headline of an article and then taking the headline of that article as fact. Like they wouldn't even read into the article to see what happened. They would just read one headline, take that as fact, and then that's what they went off of, which just seemed a little maybe dangerous, I guess. When gas prices are high, it's nice to see a single-digit number. As soon as I filled up, we got an order for Skyline chili, which I think is disgusting, but most people in Ohio would probably fight you if you said that. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the media stuff. So yeah, it's not just the media that bothered me. It was just something about how negative it was all the time. So that was a big reason as to why I deleted social media to begin with. The second reason was the amount of time I was spending on social media. I mean, probably just like people that are watching this right now, I would spend like every waking moment when I was bored, when I was tired, when I was not doing anything, when I was super busy, right when I woke up, right when I went to sleep, everything that I was doing was constantly on my phone and around social media. Man, it is warm right here. So for that small order, that bag worked just fine. So if I get a bunch like that today, I'll be happy. Yeah, I was spending way too much time on social media just in general. And like I said, for me, it was a super negative experience most of the time. So if I was spending all this time on something that was making me feel just negative in general, and that I was just being negative with all the way, all the time, Come on over, buddy. Are you gonna go over? What are you doing? Okay, or don't go over, I guess. So if I'm spending all this time being negative all day, every day, I mean, it's going to affect me eventually. And for me, it was pretty rough. I mean, I was just constantly complaining about things that were going on that were negative, that didn't involve me at all. And like every conversation I had to do with something negative. So I wasn't really fun to be around. And I had a hard time like making things online. Like I said, I had a TikTok that had like 250,000 followers on it. So when I would make videos on there, my videos started to become more negative, where I was trying to do like comedic things, talking about things that were really negative. But even then, like, I just came off so cynical and so upset about everything all the time. So it wasn't really great. And the last reason I got off social media, which is related to the negativity, was the negativity that I got a lot, just being somebody that had a lot of followers for a minute. I had a lot of people make videos about me. I had a lot of really negative comments all the time, and it's really hard to not read them. I know that a lot of people that are really, really famous online say, yeah, don't ever read them or you'll go crazy. Well, I read them all the time, and it was hard for me not to read them, you know? And when you realize that the person writing these kinds of comments either doesn't care and they're just doing it to troll, or they're probably like 12 years old. Like, you can't argue with them because it's not going to change anything. But for whatever reason, I used to feed into it so much. I mean, even if I didn't respond to it, I would get upset by what I was seeing, especially when people would make videos about me. I had like 5 or 6 people make videos about me, you know, use videos of me, pictures of my face, and they would say things about me that were not true. They were just really mean and really made me angry. So I realized, like, hey, maybe this isn't for me. Like, I'm somebody that has a really hard time not looking at that stuff, and when I look at that stuff, it makes me upset. So hey, why don't I just not look at it at all? And that would make it a lot easier for me, so I don't have to be angry by it. So that's what I did. I just decided to not look at it. And then I stopped using TikTok for a while. Like, I didn't get on it at all. And I stopped posting on Instagram so often. And I noticed that I felt a little bit better not being on these apps as much. And then I would get bored and I would start scrolling through them again, and I would start feeling bad again. So I thought, hey, what if I just get rid of these apps altogether? Just delete the accounts, so that way I'm not like tempted to use it at all. See these black lines right here? These black lines are actually super dangerous. They're very slick. So when you see these black lines, like brand new tar lines on the road like this, and you're going around a turn, it's super easy to fall. I mean, when you're turning right or left, if you start to lean into the turn while you go over those things, your bike will kind of like jerk like that. So what has changed with me not using any social media? First of all, I'm not as negative as I used to be, because I'm not watching all this negative stuff. I feel less stressed. I feel less anxious. I feel less depressed. I feel less negative feelings all the way around. I also spend way less time on my phone, because now that I don't have social media to just swipe through like non-stop all day, I don't have a reason to be on my phone all the time. And since I'm not on my phone all the time anymore, I get to hang out with my wife more and hang out with my son more and actually be present all the way, instead of like thinking about something else that I saw on my phone earlier in the day. I am a 30-year-old married father, and social media messed me up in a way. I can't imagine what it would be like to be 12 or 13 or 14 or just any child that has social media today. When I was growing up, people had MySpace and almost no one had Facebook. I mean, that was like a very new thing. When I went into college, people started using Facebook more regularly, but it was still kind of uncommon to see people my age on social media, period. It was not weird to see that somebody was not using Facebook. Today, if someone is like older than 10 years old and they don't have a Facebook or an Instagram or something, people are like, why? Why don't you have that? So it's become such an integral part of society today that I feel like it's got to mess you up in a lot of ways, right? Just picked up 2 orders from that Chipotle over there, so we're just gonna ride around and not talk for a little bit. thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day or night or whatever time of the day it is for you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.